Hello world, this is Jay from Curio. We're here with a Lee Sin champion deck for Riftbound. We're going to give this a crack open to see what's going on, give a look at what his effect is to see how he's going to play, and then let you guys know what to expect when you open one of these champion decks. The deck itself, single booster pack, our paper playmat, rules and how to play guide, and then our paper deck box. That aside, let's get into the deck. He was not featured in the how to play, so this will be a completely brand new piece of information for a lot of people here. His legend card, 1 rune, rest, buff a friendly unit. If it doesn't have a buff, it gets a +1 might. So that's essentially his safeguard from the actual MOBA game. His champion card, accelerate. You may pay 1 and 1. So he comes in ready. So for 8, he comes in ready to move into other unit. Other buff unit, friendly units at my battlefield have +2. So as long as you have other gear and stuff to buff your units, he will come in and buff them even more. Udyr, spend my buff. Choose one you've not chosen this turn. Deal 2. So that's it. Like his Tiger Stance, stun a unit for bear, ready me. I guess turtle? Give me ganking this turn. For Phoenix? Sure. But that's crazy. So if you have multiple Udyrs on your board, you can only choose one at a time. But it also means that because ganking is always viable, they can go from battlefield to battlefield as long as you keep readying them. And readying him is one of the options. So you can choose one to ready and then give him ganking. Fantastic. And then you can buff him using either Lee Sin or any of the gear that I would anticipate we're going to see in this deck. Here, Mistfall. When you buff a friendly unit, you may pay the 1 rune to exhaust this and ready it. So use the Lee Sin to buff it. You pay the 1 rune, and then all of a sudden it's readied. And then Udyr, like if you do buff Udyr, you can just give him ganking. So then now he swings over to a different battlefield. That's pretty good. Charm, move an enemy unit. That's pretty good to control the battlefield so you can force combat or create an advantage out of battlefield so you can conquer it easier. Choose a friendly enemy unit and they deal damage equal to the mites. So you get to pre-soften up a unit before you swing in. Stand United. Shen's ult. Buff a friendly unit. Buffs give him additional might to friendly units this turn. So if it were to give a +1 buff, now it goes to +2. Stalwart Poro. Shield +1 while defending. Pretty good on the low end. Pit Rookie. When you play me, buff another friendly unit. If it doesn't have a buff, that's going to be excellent late game for when buffs get multiplicatively beneficial. Attacking and defending alone of +2. So he goes to 4 might for 3 costs. When you play me, ready another unit. That's pretty good. That's definitely going to make your turns very swingy. Late game, if you have your top end that's swung out and tapped out, you can play the first mate to ready him, and then if he's got ganking like Udyr, you can just swing out again. Haka Club, here's another trap card. For a surprise unit, a 3 for 3. Bilgewater Bully. When I'm buffed, I have ganking. Give him a free buff off of Lee Sin, and then once he's ready, he can go location to location. Stormclaw Ursine. Tank, channel 1, Volibear ramp stuff. Claw Shaman. When you play me, you must spend a buff to buff me and ready me. If I don't have a buff, I get a +1 buff. Interesting. You burn a buff, So he can, because he naturally comes in rested, he can then come in active, and then he can immediately start swinging out as long as you burn a free buff, like off of Lee Sin, off of your champion Lee Sin. Okay, when you conquer here, you may spend a buff to draw 1. Targon's Peak, when you conquer here, ready 2 runes at the end of the turn. Get ready for your traps and your any kind of control spells you want to weave into your deck. When you hold here, draw 1. You set your big fat guys to sit on this location, and you basically slowly regain your hand control. Buff 1 here to buff him again for an extra free might. It's a value piece. Just big fat top end out off of your ramp. Reaction minded. Give a unit +2 and draw 1. 2 might for 2 cost, and you get to draw 1 to replace itself. So you lose. You're trading the rune to go +2 and then draw a card in hand to replace it. When a friendly unit attacks or defends alone, give it +1 might this turn. So once you have your top end sitting around where you swing out, it'll be just slightly bigger. So tokens, your runes. All right. Let's see what the Senga has blessed us with. Disintegrate, Washable Sentry, Meditation. As additional cost, you may exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, draw 2, otherwise draw 1. So you turn 2 runes into either a draw 1, or if you have a token or something that came in that you can easily just rest down, get to draw 2 cards. Move a friendly unit and ready it. This is how you're going to have momentum swings on your battlefield. Just a haste unit, ramp. You may play me to an open battlefield. So an easy way to establish board control and presence early. And then if you have follow-up units from your area, you can basically go in to reinforce it. When I move, cycle, adaptation. When I conquer, you may kill a gear. If you do, buff me. Petty Officer. Ravenboard Tome. Rest. The next spell you play deals 1 bonus damage. Each instance of the damage. Okay. So if you were to do a damage, if you were to play a spell like every unit at this location takes 2 damage, now every unit at this location takes 3 damage. Soul Gorger. When you play me, you may play a unit from your trash, ignoring its energy cost. You must still pay its power cost. So 8, cycle back one of your top end from trash for free. All right. Okay. So that is our Lee Sin deck. So now everyone has a better idea of what to anticipate based off of how some of the cards are 2-ofs, but this is a 3-of deck. It looks like you might want to get 2 starter decks to ensure you have a full playset for your deck. So that about wraps it up. So for anyone that is cracking packs, good hunting, and for everyone else, good night.